we're back in the car. So it's 2 days past the rest that we did after hitting a wall of fatigue, and we have hit a new low. So today's Friday, ended the rest on Wednesday. Today is the 25th, Friday the 25th. We finished the rest on Wednesday the 23rd. So big yawn, good yawn. Yeah. Kiss. Thank you. Anyway, and I slept so bad last night. I was so tired yesterday after push, and it was only devolume. Good yawn. Yes. And back on like my baseline food. And it was day 21 of my cycle. So today is like day 21 of like my menstrual cycle. And that is when I enter luteal phase fuckery. So my sleep goes to shit usually. Not always, but most of the time, especially when I'm dieting. Thank you. And I woke up this morning. So I was so fucked yesterday evening. Like I went to bed at like 7 o'clock and I fell asleep at 7:30. But I woke up at like 2 a.m. So kind of sat there, twiddled my thumbs, had a decaf, had some Hydromax, went for a walk at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And then I just went to Pure Gym in Sheffield Meadowhall. And I got my cardio done there instead. And it was actually pretty nice. It was a nice change of scenery. And I'm probably going to go there probably more frequently for my cardio because it's nice just to be like away from everybody that I know, and just kind of zone out, be on my own. And a really nice conversation with a friend this morning. So yeah, anyway, moving along, we dropped to a new low after yesterday being back at like 15k steps, 30 minutes of cardio. Had a new low this morning of 173.8, something like that. So we're entering new territory now. Like I'm going to be hitting the 160s in the next week or so, or in the next couple of weeks, however long it takes to come off. And that will be the first time that I will be under 171 pounds in 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. Fucking hell, that's mad. Isn't it? Isn't it fucking mad? Isn't it, boy? Isn't it? Yeah, that's a saying that an old boyfriend of mine used to say. He was mega cork, and everything was "Isn't it, boy? Isn't it?" Anyway, so yeah, Nathan has called a high day today, hence why I'm so energetic. Has nothing to do with the copious amounts of caffeine that I've had. No, I actually haven't had any caffeine, and that's something that I did want to talk about as well. Is during the rest and the devolume, I've consciously brought back my caffeine intake so that I will be able to actually feel the effects of caffeine again. Because I don't need the caffeine now because I have extra food, and through the rest I didn't need the caffeine either because I wasn't training, I wasn't doing cardio, and I had minimal steps. So I had like 10k steps, so that's nothing for me anyway. So I just pulled back the caffeine completely, and I haven't been having caffeine in the morning at all anyway before cardio. And it's been doing wonders for me. I haven't been having like those mad crashes mid-afternoon anymore, which has been great. So yeah, let the caffeine detox continue. He's sulking now because he's not getting any attention. He'll put on his seatbelt now as well. Watch. Anyway, he crawls into the seatbelt. It's hilarious. My driving isn't that bad. Anyway, just got a grocery shop because after today, we're going to crack the fuck on, and we are moving into a different setup with nutrition, which is going to be high, medium, and low days. So low days are going to be my rest days. The medium days are actually going to be my leg days. And the higher days are going to be my push and my pull days so that my upper body doesn't fuck off in this diet. So that's very important because my legs are still like quite strong and holding on very well. But for females in a dieting phase, especially, usually the first thing to go is their upper body strength, and along with that, their upper body musculature. So we definitely don't want that for women's physique. We want the complete package as best we possibly can. Okay, I'm not expecting like to win anything spectacular this year. I just want to be proud of myself. So like that's my expectation. I want to be proud of myself. I want to be proud of the physique that I put on stage. And it was just something that I posted about today as well, is like you will never regret trying harder. You will never regret working harder for something, because no matter whether you win or lose or it doesn't come to fruition, you will still be proud of yourself regardless. And you will learn something along the way, whether it be about yourself or the process or life in general or health and fitness. You will learn something. Please focus on me. Thank you. No, me. I am the subject. As much as he is handsome, I am the subject. You will learn something along the way. So, with that being said, just try harder, okay? You will never regret that. Anyway, I'm going to show you the full day of eating today, just after literally recording the rest. And I'll probably upload this next week at some point. Anyway, I'll probably show you some bits from pull today as well. Again, it's a devolume session, so it's going to be it's going to be super quick. Literally like one set on everything, so I'm going to be like in and out in like 40 minutes. So it's going to be boring as hell, but anyway, we're here for it. Okay, bye. So just back from the grocery store, Aldi and Morrison's, because I had to get a couple of new things for the diet commencing, well, today, for the high day, as you can already see in the background. There's a couple of new things that I haven't had in a while, which I'm really excited about. But all in all, my food focus this prep so far has actually been nothing. It's been fine. And I haven't felt like too hungry. Like I've felt hunger, but it's not been anything like painstakingly bad at all. And like when you come from an eating disorder background, like hunger is absolutely fine. Like it's absolutely nothing. So anyway, what I got. So I've already had my normal meal today, first meal of the day, which is always cream of rice, berries, 1 egg and egg whites. And then for meal 2, it's usually just lettuce and turkey. But today we have turkey rice, 50 grams of rice and 100 grams of pineapple. Oh yes. So pineapple's in the freezer because I got frozen pineapple. Then third meal is my pre-workout meal. That's normal, that's the same. So it's 70 grams of cream of rice, berries, whey, dark chocolate. And then post-workout, it's usually 80 grams of Rice Krispies, but today we have 100 grams of Rice Krispies. But I'm not gonna lie, I mix the Rice Krispies with gluten-free Cheerios and I mix them with gluten-free rice checks as well that I have imported from America. The blueberry ones. Oh my god, they're so good. They're so good. And I'm almost out of them, so I need to get more. Anyway, Rice Krispies with blueberries and whey isolate and some almond milk. Fifth meal, going back again, is usually, again, turkey and lettuce. So it's just like a protein only meal with like asparagus and courgette. Today we have turkey, 200 grams of potatoes and something else. I think it's just like my veg, which is again, lush, absolutely lush. And then my last meal on a training day is usually dairy-free, 0% fat-free yogurt, whey isolate, berries, and some dark chocolate. Today, we have an oatmeal. So 50 grams of oats, whey, berries, and dark chocolate, an extra 10 grams of dark chocolate, so 20 grams of dark chocolate. Oh, I am going to just pass out in a carb coma today. So that's total of 340 grams of carbohydrates. We will see what my body does tomorrow when I wake up. Whether I like hold weight or gain some weight or drop weight. I will say I'll probably like either gain a little bit of weight, which is what we want, or hold weight, which would also be another positive. We do not want to drop weight. Do not want to drop weight right now. Obviously we want to drop weight, we want to drop body fat within the prep scenario, but we don't want to be dropping at this fast of a rate, because I'm dropping like 5 pounds a week at this moment in time, which is a little bit too fast, just a little bit too fast. That rate of loss is a lot, and we can't continue that, or I will literally fall into a hole and die with fatigue. But anyway, yeah, gonna make my meals now. I'm gonna get ready to the gym because I'm gonna train a little bit earlier today, just because I woke up at like 2 o'clock. So it would be the wise decision to train a little bit earlier and then get into bed a little bit earlier and knock myself the fuck out with all of these carbs and melatonin. So here we have the usual pre-workout setup, copious amounts of cream of rice, dark chocolate. I actually mixed it in through the cream of rice today and it is banging, I'm gonna let you know that. Whey in a paste, berries, and then decaf with ma. No drama llama. So I'm gonna take you through a little bit of my pull session that I recorded today. And it was my devolume session because I was still on devolume at this moment in time. So I had 3 devolume sessions after my 3 days of rest. So this is just the first exercise in my training session for today. And it's just 1 set across the board on all of my exercises because usually it's 2. So I did my back off sets. So it's the higher end rep ranges. And this is my isolateral cable pull down with the reverse bench setup. You'll see that I'm trying to internally rotate my non-working shoulder to create as much space between my lat and the cable itself so I can get a really good stretch and lengthen that lat fully and then contract it nice and hard. So if you look at my elbow path, it's not up and down, it's actually forwards and out in front of me and then down and into my hip pocket as much as possible. So you'll see that there. I'm really focusing on the contraction and controlling the eccentric as much as possible. And I'm trying to slow down the eccentric actually as I reach the end of the range of motion, having a slight pause again, and then really focusing, driving that elbow as much as I possibly can into the hip pocket. And I stopped there because there was no point. There was just no point in trying to get another rep on to the single arm and a Cybex row, the older one, the older machine. And I absolutely love this machine. It is super heavy in the stretch. And you can get a really nice contraction on the lat. You'll see me at the beginning of the set shifting over to the side that I am working, just because all of these machines are made for massive bodybuilders, like 250 plus pound bodybuilders. So if you're any smaller than that, you probably have to shift to the side that you are working if you're doing any isolateral work, which means single arm work. So you can see there I'm really, again, focusing on stretching my lat, but not allowing my shoulder to move too much and not allowing my scapula to come out of place. And really, again, focusing on driving that elbow into the pocket and contracting that lat as hard as I possibly can. You'll see that I'm like pushing again with my opposing arm into the machine on the bar in front of me, really trying to focus on internally rotating that opposite shoulder to brace myself against the machine so that I can really focus on getting as much as I possibly can out of the movement. So I actually had to use the pin-loaded prime row here today because the prime extreme row, the prime extreme row, that is being refurbished at the moment with the Nitram crew. They're reupholstering the machine and they're also reupholstering the upright prime row as well, which I absolutely adore. But this actually felt really freaking nice today. It felt a lot nicer than the prime extreme row, I'm not going to lie. I was able to get a full contraction here and I was really able to focus on retracting my scap and protracting a little bit, not fully. So here I'm focusing on keeping my chest proud and elevated while I protract so that my chest doesn't cave in. And then as I come back, I'm driving back with my elbows all the way through and trying to get a good contraction in my mid back, my upper back here. So it is an upper back focused row. You'll see here I'm struggling towards the end, but I am fighting as best I possibly can. Again, I'm not trying to butcher myself in this session because again, the purpose of this session was to just freshen up a little bit more. So here I moved on to my upper back focused pull down with the prime bar and the D-handle attachments. This is probably my all-time favorite pull down variation. I'm really able to focus on really getting a big stretch in my teres. So that's, let's say, kind of underneath my armpit, moving into my lat area. And I'm really able to feel the contraction in my upper back musculature, like I'm trying to squeeze a penny between my shoulder blades when I come down into the retracted position or the contracted position. And again, you can see I'm really focusing on contracting hard, pausing a little bit in the contraction and really pausing in the stretch to get that stretch mediated hypertrophy, bro. You'll see here I'm leaning back and that's allowing me to target my upper back musculature a little bit better. And you'll see here my elbow path. My wrists are maybe, I could probably afford to have my cables in a little bit or my D handles in a little bit closer, but this is feeling like a really good setup for me right now. And then we have the rear delt row, and this is the last clip that I recorded in the gym. I had 3 other exercises after this, but here I have the same setup where I'm trying to keep my wrist stacked over my elbows at all times. I'm trying to get a full retraction here up at, let's say, my rear delts. And one thing that I like to do here to help me feel my rear delts a little bit more is trying to think about keeping my serratus engaged. So you'll see I'll pause in the stretch, kind of reset, and then drive my elbows back as far as possible. But you'll see that my elbows aren't coming that far back behind my torso or my center line. And that's allowing me to really focus on contracting my rear delts. If I was contracting my upper back musculature, my elbows would be traveling back farther behind me. But as you can see, that's not the case here. I'm keeping my torso upright. I'm not swaying back and forth. I'm keeping my torso nice and fixed. Lovely angle again, Katie. So we're just back from training, pull, devolume. Pretty good session. I just used it as an opportunity to kind of reset my numbers on the majority of my lifts. A good few of the pieces of equipment at Ultraflex right now are being like refurbished. So I didn't have the extreme row, the prime extreme row to utilize today. So I just used the pin loaded prime row. And it was actually really nice. It was really nice. Got a nice contraction on it, felt it in my upper back. But anyway, moving on. We have this glorious bowl of cereal, Rice Krispies, gluten-free Cheerios, gluten-free Rice Krispies, gluten-free Cheerios, and Ras Chex. Then we have 100 grams berries in there. And then whey. I'm gonna mix that into a paste and then some almond milk. I'm looking forward to this. It's my favorite meal on a training day. I absolutely fucked my whey paste. It's disgusting. Ugh. Anyway, doesn't matter. It's all going down the same way anyway. And it's going to be mixed with almond milk anyway, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter a shite. It doesn't matter a shite. Okay, so we're just back from a quick walk with Mr. Flex because it's starting to rain. We love that. And just to get the rest of my steps in for today, why am I doing this face? I don't know. Anyway, meal 4 going down. Again, couldn't find turkey breast. What the fuck is going on? Who are all the bodybuilders stealing all of the turkey breast out of Aldine Morrison's where I live? I will find you. Again, macro matching the turkey with the fish. I actually quite like fish. A lot of people hate fish. I don't know why, but I really enjoy it. And if you can get yourself wild caught fish, not only is it way tastier, it's got way more benefits for you in terms of a nutritional standpoint as well. So I was going to touch on the fact I went for a walk with Flex, and I went for the walk without my phone. Oh my god, all of the fucking moving around. I went for a walk without my phone because I like to go for walks without my phone, just so that I can have that time away from trying to be on social media and like get away from my real life, if that makes sense. It's something that I talk to my clients about a lot, is they use their phones as an escape from reality, and how sad I'd be like how sad that is that we feel like we have to escape our reality and enter this online world to feel seen or to feel better about ourselves. But when you do that, you just drain so much of your energy, and the problems that are lying in your real life are still there and probably worse off when you come back to them, when you log off of social media. Also just allows me to spend more one-on-one quality time with Flex and like do some training bits with him too. But the point of this was that I go for the walks outside. You can tell I'm prepping. A quick walk after your meals is really good for your blood sugar levels. It helps with managing your blood sugar levels. So if you can get a quick walk, like a 10-15 minute walk in after your meals, that helps not only with your blood sugar levels, but with aiding your digestion too. So yeah, after a big post-workout meal, and if you're, let's say if you're having a refeed day, it's really beneficial for you to go on those walks post meal or post-consumption of that meal to help digest and assimilate those carbohydrates better. So yeah, like today I haven't utilized any glucose disposal agent just because I don't necessarily feel like I need it. If it was something like 500 carbs, then yeah, maybe I would utilize a glucose disposal agent or something else to help shuttle the carbohydrates along to the right places. But seeing as it's just like 340 carbs, and the fact that I'm really like sensitive to glucose now, I don't feel like when you're in a prep, when you're dieting, you're sensitive to glucose anyway. You're quite insulin sensitive. So yeah, gonna get this meal 4 down, and it's fucking lay on the couch and reply to clients and watch some Netflix and YouTube. I'm currently watching HD Muscle podcast. I actually love it. I freaking love it. I love Justin. I love Antoine so much. Oh my god, he's fucking hilarious. I really like Nick. I think he's like really like come out of himself now more that he's with HD Muscle and surrounded by the right people. And I love Antoine. Quentin, he's fucking huge. Have you seen his calves? It's literally like this basketball's just slapped onto his legs. It's mind-blowing. Anyway, peace. How about we're back again with another meal. So, because I ran out of turkey, why am I clearly need to go to bed and take my bedtime suppies, dream sleep, trained by JP, focus on thing, thank you. There we go. Okay, it's still not focusing, but anyway, trained by JP sleep and the good old melatonin Rooney. They're gonna take that now. Potatoes, asparagus, fish because I'm out of turkey and the shop didn't have turkey. And I will meet you back here for the last meal, which is the glorious oats that I have prepared. Look at that gloriousness. So there's some salt in there because salt in your oats is a game changer. It makes it way tastier. It makes the oats actually sweeter without adding any sweetness. And then some berries and 20 grams of dark chocolate. So we'll see. I'll check in again in the morning before I wrap up this video to see how much I gained from the extra carbohydrates. We'll go from there. Then back to low day. I am going to be hungry tomorrow. So if anybody knows who's ever done a prep, they will know that after a high day or after a refeed and when you go back to baseline food, you feel very, very hungry. So we'll see how hungry I am tomorrow and just deal with it and suck it up. And suck it up for anybody who is watching this who has to deal with hunger. First world fucking problems. Get over yourself. Good morning, YouTube. It's the following morning. Taking off my pants. You're not seeing me in my underwear. We're gonna weigh in. I'm just back from cardio and I did my walk this morning, and like I've said before, I usually weigh in pre-cardio and post-cardio just cause I sweat a lot when I cardio. When I do my cardio. So this may take a minute because I don't know if it's just the Salter brand of weighing scales. Oh Lord. This is not good. I don't know if it's the Salter brand of weighing scales, but when you weigh yourself first, it's usually like a kilo heavier, and then you weigh yourself again and it's like back down a kilo. So fuck me. I am down a kilo from yesterday. Kilo and a half from yesterday after the refeed of carbohydrates. Fucking hell. Stay tuned.